Hey there everybody and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob. We're here for some more Age of Wonders 3 this week. We had a little bit of a rough ending on the last episode that I recorded last week, so I'm hoping I can pick up the pace here a little bit on this one. Lots of great feedback from you guys, so let's jump right into it for this week. The first thing was something I noticed that I just made a note of to remind myself, but I don't have open borders and peace with the giants out here to the west, so I need to go ahead and do this. Going to cost me 114 gold, but I'm good with that. So we'll get that process started. I'm actually going to remake at least some of that gold on the next turn when that wisp picks up that treasure. So let's get started here with a comment from Griffith. Something that I was talking about, not like trying to guess how much things are going to cost. I know people have told me this before. I just forgot. You can actually see, like these Draconians, for example. On the next turn, I'll be able to absorb them into my empire. The buying favor cost is displayed right there. It's going to cost me 58 gold under current circumstances to absorb the city. Now, there's always a chance some sort of outside factor could change this between this turn and the next, but this is telling you what it would cost you if you were to absorb that city right now. So that'll be very handy in planning ahead what I actually need to, how much gold I actually need to save for things. From Impregnable, Athena, Tano, and Tarsak, basically use hero spellcasting more and keep prioritizing scouting. Hero casting in particular, hero spellcasting in particular came up a lot. It probably could have saved my Tigran. In fact, I'm almost certain it could have saved my Tigran Theocrat in the last battle if I was doing more spellcasting and less using my heroes as meat shields for fire elementals. Which, yeah, they have a crazy amount of melee damage output. That's part of the reason why my hero died. I didn't realize they had quite that much melee damage output. I think it was upwards of 20. Fire elemental melee strike, yeah, it's like 24. That's a crazy amount of damage. Plus the thing hit me twice, so yeah, it's really no wonder I died there. I just forgot how powerful those guys were when they just walked up, well, floated up to something and punched it. From Impregnable, several comments from Impregnable. In fact, Impregnable wrote like 5 massive comments this week. I'm not even going to get to probably even a third of what he said. It's just kind of the nature of what I do. But I did write down a lot of what I think some of the best points are. For one thing, vassal cities can allow you to see enemy troops before those troops can see you. So basically what the point of that is, if I have a vassal, like say these giants were my vassal and I could see their stuff, but I didn't actually technically own the city, if an enemy unit from one of the AI walked into that city's borders, I could see it without them actually meeting me, and then, you know, the whole spellcasting war begins. So that's actually really good to know, because it means that I can be a little more aggressive in how I explore. I don't want to be still too aggressive, but like maybe go out, find a city, and then like that's out there somewhere, and then like vassal it, and then kind of like come back and fill in more territory closer to me. I don't know. It's just something to keep in mind as I'm going forward, that can actually be kind of a nice early warning system, almost like having little spy satellites everywhere. From Impregnable, in fact the next several are going to be from Impregnable. Build more cities for our bold economy and long-term unit production, especially Ice Queens and Apprentices. One thing I do need to do, so the Ice Queen and Apprentice city is going to probably go like right in here somewhere, because there's a magic library there and a Forbidden Sanctum right there. It's perfect. But the problem is, it's all volcanic terrain, and the weird thing is, I've got, I think it was actually 3 yeah, there's a Heart of the Tropics here, a Heart of the Tropics here, and then one that I already have in my borders here. There are 3 Heart of the Tropics on screen right now. You can see 3. But I've explored all this volcanic terrain and haven't found one Heart of the Volcano. Now, my theory is there's probably one in here somewhere. So that's what this little wisp is going to look for. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and move him and kind of keep looking for one of those, because there's got to be one back here somewhere, you would think, right? I mean, now I'm going into the, well, I'm okay with that, going to the water. But, see, the problem is up here, this wisp is getting into blighted terrain, so I'm probably less likely to find one in here. I think my best hope of it, or of it being up here somewhere. That's kind of what I'm banking on. So we'll keep exploring in that direction. Hopefully we'll find something soon. But yeah, I do need to start getting another city ready to go there. There is something else I'm going to be having my capital doing for a little while. An idea that I had, part of the reason why I set up that poll I did, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the comments here. Let's see, easy safe city would be a small one on the 2 gold mines near my fort. Again, like right here, I could just put a city there, and then I could produce merchandise and get 50% more gold income for it. It would pay for itself pretty quickly. I would do that, but I do, like I said, have other plans for my capital, so I might be doing something else. We'll see. I'll talk about that again more in a little bit. But yes, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get a city out there. The thing is, like, eventually my capital's borders could grow to reach that, but I'm not really prioritizing that at all. How much would it cost me to hurry production on that? 100 gold? So I had an idea for that, for my capital here, and I think city happiness is only cheerful. Crap. Okay, well, probably shouldn't do that then. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a minute. Sorry, a lot of what I'm about to do this episode revolves around kind of this weird plan that I sort of have that was sort of given to be by another commenter. Let's see, Draconian Elders. This was just a correction. Draconian Elders, Dragon Ancestry doesn't heal. I was talking about there was some posted on this trading post that I thought were healing the other units and making glyphs of warding wear them down slower. It's not how it works. Draconian Elders don't actually heal with Draconian Ancestry. It simply gives a unit like fire damage and some other buffs, but it's not a healing thing. Draconians sort of make up for that in the fact that they just have fast regeneration of health. So lots of units around Nymphs to convert. So yes, I will be working on that with these guys. This army's got a lot of stuff on its plate, and also can demand tribute from some vassals with high morale, and if they're far enough away that I can't protect them by absorbing. This is a great reminder. It's not something, I checked the vassals that I have, it's not something I'm going to do yet. Some of the vassals, or actually pretty much all of them, aren't quite happy enough for me to demand tribute for them and really get away with it without incurring some sort of a penalty for it. So, like, I think this was one city. I could demand tribute from them, sure, but they're at, let's see, 1,085 happiness. They are almost happy enough for me to do it, but if I were to demand tribute, and gold is the only option because you can't demand units from outpost-sized dwellings. But it would lower morale by 500, which in turn is going to lower unit income per turn. And because they're friendly, it's currently 80%. That would drop. And the long-term costs of it probably really aren't worth it. I think I'll just keep my gold now. But one city what I think I'm going to really more use this for is not so much the gold, but in the long run, once these cities grow, like for instance, this one grows in 2 turns. Once it grows, what I could do is demand tribute from them and get some units there. Then I would have to wait 10 turns for like the you demanded tribute from us penalty to go away, but then I could absorb the city after that. I might do that with the Tigrans here because I think that would still be faster than me just getting units down there normally. Of course, I can summon things, so that's not entirely true. I think I can summon, yeah, I could definitely summon if it was my city. I think I can summon on vassals too. But this dwarf city up here is going to be a bigger one. I think that I will probably demand tribute from them because they're a bigger city. They'll probably give me a better army. And I really want to use this city as a staging ground. Now, I can't do anything with this city for 2 turns, so I have to wait for that. But once it is absorbed, I think I probably will demand a tribute of units from them and start really kind of solidifying my position in this area. The other nice thing is that demanding tribute from dwarves or goblins will get me units that can tunnel, which can very quickly make up for the costs of demanding tribute in the first place. The only problem is there's a lot of hostile spawners down here that'll need to be taken care of, so some of my troops might be getting harassed by lost souls and stuff. Sorry, that kind of went on a ramble there for a minute, but I just kind of wanted to talk about my thoughts on that. From Tarsak, bandits won't take an unguarded fort. Apparently, he tested this. In fact, Tarsak's been using the save file from this game to sort of play along and said that these guys were apparently hanging out in this area too, and they just don't take that fort. Apparently, these guys don't target forts, Either that, or they're just not targeting this fort because it's so far away from that. But what Tarkselek was telling me is they just don't target forts, which is odd to me because, like, they'll attack a city and they'll attack a tower, so I don't know why they wouldn't take a fort. But I'm going to trust him on this, and I'll probably move that Phantasm Warrior out. As to where he goes, that's another thing we'll talk about soon. From Jimbro, get Observatory in Large Frostling City. Yeah, definitely. I actually think that's a great idea because the borders are going to grow into a metropolis on the next turn, and then with an observatory, they'll be able to reach even like all the way out to that Hall of the Forefathers there. There's also a Heart of the Arctic here that I really, really want. I almost didn't even see it because everything's so blue and white up here. But yeah, I think I have to get the laboratory first, so we'll do that. And then after that, we should be able to build the observatory in 2 turns. So we'll have that laboratory going. Let's see here. From Atheno Tenno, Arcane Study is an incredibly important research priority. Yes, but there's something else I'm going to do first. So again, this all comes into my big weird plan. From Michael Cantor, something Michael said reminded me to check how close I am to multiculture. And that is actually 1 turn away. The Draconian City right here is going to be, you can actually see, the multiculture is having 5 cities from different races. I have a Tigran city under my control. I have, of course, Frostling. I have Orc here, and I actually got that Goblin one underground here. So the Draconians is going to be the 5th one. So on the next turn, when I purchase that city, I will have multiculture, and I'm going to get a bunch of extra support units. The reason Michael was talking about this was he was saying getting Inflict Stun would be very useful, which I agree it would. But there's, again, some other things I want first. But I was also saying that I didn't really have enough support units that I didn't think it'd be worth it yet. But to be fair to him, I'm about to get 5 of them. So that would still be really nice to have right about now. Okay, so let's talk about what my poll was all about. So we know that at some point, whatever that spell is, I forget what it's called now, but it's the one that insta-completes research. I think it's Planetary Alignment. That will instant complete whatever the current research is. I have never really planned around that before, but I think I'm going to do a little bit of science in these next few episodes and actually try to plan around that a bit. So what I can do is there's a few other Empire quests that I would like to go after. I want to get All-Knowing, which I think is actually something... I have done it against the computers in the past. I don't think it's impossible to do against AI. But also, there's Sage here, which is be the first to research a Tier 6 skill. And Paragon, where is that at? Be the first to summon a Tier 4 unit. So here's the thing. My only Tier 6 skills, or Tier 6 spells, I guess you could say, are Summon Eldritch Monster, or Eldritch Horror, and Summon Archangel. Archangel is one that I'm not 100% sure if there's a clear-cut research pad to it. I think it might be. It's a strategic spell. It's somewhere in the Keeper of the Peace stuff. I'd have to research other Keeper of the Peace strategic spells to get to it. But Eldritch Horror is a clear-cut path. You have Summon Fantastic Creature comes next, then Node Servants, then Eldritch Horror. So I have 7 turns before turn 30. And from what I have read online, it is common for Planetary Alignment to trigger sometime around turn 30. Don't know if it's exact, and I know the poll I set up, most of you actually said it was entirely unpredictable, but from what I can tell online and from my own personal experience, that does seem to be about right. So I think just for the sake of sciencing it, I'm going to go for it. If nothing else, if I don't get it, if nothing else, I will have rushed research anyway in the direction of Eldritch Horror and gotten both Sage, which is 2 secret spells, which could be really good if I get lucky, and then the first Eldritch Horror will be a Paragon, which should be kind of cool. That's not really, that one's not a game breaker, but, or a game maker in this case, but I still think it would be cool. Giannis Impa is the one that reminded me that there's a quest to be the first to research a Tier 6 spell. That's the Sage one. I had forgotten about that, wasn't really even thinking about it, so thanks to him for that. And it was David Spengler who said that turn 30 usually has a research autocomplete event, or at least sometime around turn 30. So I think this is kind of going to be my little short-term goal here. to try to get a couple Empire quests, since I failed at getting Eternal City, unfortunately. If this works, I will be able to get Multiculture next turn, and then Sage and Paragon in fairly rapid succession in maybe around 7 turns. So, with all that being said, we can actually get into the gameplay here. And I know this is a risky move on my part because I could be researching things to revive my Theocrat, which there's an opportunity toss whenever my Theocrat isn't up because I'm not converting units. But I think I am curious enough about this that I just want to try it. And if I get really crazy lucky with Sage, there's always that possibility I could get True Resurrect. I'm pretty sure that can drop from Sage because it's classified as a secret spell. And if that happens, that's totally worth everything. So we're going to give it a shot. Now, the first thing I want to do for actual unit movement this episode, we're going to ignore this structure because that's too hard for an army of 5 to deal with. But because of what I'm doing here, I need to switch my research. So right now it's Summon Fantastic Creature in 3 turns. Now, the math doesn't really add up quite yet because the Summon Fantastic Creature is going to take 3, and that's 200 research, I think it was. Let's try to figure out how much Summon Node Serpent is. So Summon Node Serpent is a skill. It takes 400 knowledge to research, so it's going to be double the cost of these guys. Of whatever I'm researching now, the fantastic creatures. It's going to be twice that. So at 400, I probably want to try to get my research. So goal for my research within the next 3 turns is to get that to at least 100. I can't do it quite on this turn. This is going to take 3 turns no matter what I do. But if I can bump my research up enough in the next several turns, which I am getting a laboratory here, I'm thinking about hurrying production on this Arcane Forge here. But that won't matter, though. Well, hang on. Actually, I need to do some math here because I think this is actually possible. If the laboratory is going up on the next turn, I get 75 research out of that. No, I would have to hurry both of them for that to really matter. So I think no matter what happens, these guys are coming in 3 turns. So I don't see reason to hurry production. Now, there is a library I can clear here, but it's not quite safe to do that yet. I think what I want to do next, actually, is get that enchanted armory under my control. And I'm gonna want to wait for, let's see, we can move the wyvern up here. I might actually need to clear that gold mine on the next turn, though. In fact, I think I'm going to move down to the gold mine first. As I could also try charming some spiders, and that would be handy. So yeah, I think I'll move down to the gold mine first. And put kind of the flyers together. We're going to leave all these people down here. Now, I want to move these guys up to see what's standing on that. A couple mages, a couple phantasm warriors. Okay. How best to handle this situation? Because, oh, that's true. So I have research shortcut here, so I bet I could get this in 2 turns. I don't think I want to hurry production my capital. I really don't, but because it's going to drop the happiness down to 500. Is that worth it? It's hard to do the math because I don't actually know how much research is sitting under those guys. I do think that this army is going to need help before fighting this, though. Otherwise, I'm going to lose somebody. They're not quite ready to take that on yet. On that note, because my leader got some flyers out there, I think this mammoth is going to about face and go down to help my druid down here. In fact, I think that's what this guy is going to do as well. The druid could use some backup. I can always summon more units near my leader, so that's fine. We'll just send some backup the druid's way. In fact, this army could use some backup too, but they kind of need it now, and it's a little late. They're going to have to fight off those spiders on their own. I think they'll be okay, though. I've got a longbow. They'll just melt the spiders. Alright, so in my Tigran town here, I probably, since... I could work on the observatory here, which is going to help me in the long run. I think that's what I'm going to do. The only thing that I'm thinking is 75-75, and I'm going to get a laboratory on the next turn. Okay, actually, I can do the math on this. I have 75 research now, 75 next turn. That's 150. If I get the laboratory on the next turn, then I'll effectively have 160 in 2 turns, because the laboratory is plus 10. Which really all I need this to be is at least 40, which it usually is if I remember correctly. So I think that even without hurrying production here, I can get these guys in 2 turns if I attack them on the next turn. Which means that I probably actually should summon the Phantasm Warrior on them next turn. So maybe I moved those units in the wrong direction. But I think I can do this in 2 turns. Which also means that if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and start working on an observatory for this Tigran city here. Because research is super mega important right now. And I need somewhere to sink all that mana. I'll get more gold on the next turn, and I'll actually even pick up more. So we'll make up for that. Alright, this Wisp can still do some scouting. I'm gonna go here 1, actually, just fill in that little bit. Oh, come on. You can make it to that mountain tile, but you can't make it to the Hasteberries. You know what? Whatever. They're always 1 space away. That's the rule. Oh, there's a... Okay, that'll be nice. Some free population. Oh, I see more gold in the water there. Okay, good. Alright, so I'm gonna have some gold income to make up for what I am losing. Army requires orders. Okay, you guys, I think I just want them to chill out for now. Because I want these guys in on the battle to make things just safer. Not really in any rush here. Eventually what I would like to do, and I think we can go to the next turn here. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Like I said, not hurrying production, building observatory here, and we'll build observatory soon over there. Okay, so let's click to end turn. So, basically, what I want to do down here is these flyers, while they are going to be kind of crap in the snow, I eventually want them to go underground. I want to build a whole separate army here. Probably the flyers and the wyvern with spirit damage, plus probably a nymph. We'll leave the warg here, and then I may make some extra summons. I just want to get an army down underground here where this goblin city is, so that they can start pushing north, clearing stuff, and just basically working my way from the inwards out from this corner of the map. They're not going to be like a scouting aggressive party. It's just going to be more of like a clear stuff kind of party. Eventually, I think once I do get my Tiger and Theocrat back, that's probably where she's going to go, is for more structure clearing purposes. That's where Divine Justicars really, I think, comes in, shines very brightly, and especially underground with a Theocrat. More undead that you can kill, the better, because undead, from my experience, seem to spawn underground more often than not. So that's kind of more or less where I'm at. I was afraid these guys would catch up with my warg. I actually can't get away from this, so we're going to have to auto that one. I could probably cast spells, but I need that Phantasm Warrior more on the next turn. Finding the Dwarven City was a good enough victory, though. So we're going to turn off cast spells. We'll just do auto. Unfortunately, that warg is no longer with us. But the dwarves will be eventually, so hopefully sooner rather than later. They're going to be, I think, somewhat expensive to buy, though. Last I checked, 330 to buy Vassal, and I need that on the next turn, so yikes. All right. Join offers from multiple cities, and not all of which I'm going to be able to do anything about. This one grows in 1 turn. I can't do anything about this one yet. It's not safe for me to absorb that one. I have nothing that can protect it. Like I said, I probably need some units from actually demanding tribute. So, and even then, like, I guess with spells it would be enough to stop a group of bandits. That's really all I'm concerned about. The city does have walls too, so that helps. So I think on the next turn I might demand tribute from them, and then like in 10 turns maybe absorb. So can't do anything with them right now. This one is one that I think I would like to bring into my empire. It's going to cost 148 gold. Let's come back to that. Let's pick up the gold that I found with my wisps and kind of see where I'm at. Okay, 133. Also, ooh, Elf City. There's an Elf City here. Yes. Okay. Wait. They're not at war with... Okay, for a second I thought... Oh, free peace. All right. Yeah, let me know when you're ready. Okay, good. I love the elves. They're just great. Okay, so they can go... I'm gonna get that elf city up back here. Yeah, that's the plan with there. So as soon as I can get them in my borders, I'm gonna create a settler there, and that way I can start making some good range units behind everything else. You can keep going. I didn't even pay attention how much gold I just got for that, but it was a pretty decent chunk. Oh, good. That was actually really good. That gave population to my orc city here, which actually really needed it. Now it grows in 5 turns, and it'll get the heart structure, because I think it just did grow on this turn. Do I want to go after those spiders now, or just wait? I mean, my units are a little beat up. Could always just make an orc builder. Well, you know what? Before I do anything else, let's not... I get so easily distracted in this game. I just have too much fun, I guess. I'm going to have him go... Well, we're going to have him take the long route instead of going over the mountain. Up, around. Okay, we see a city over here. I kind of want the gold, but I also think I have enough on this turn, so let's meet this city. Halflings, okay. Negotiate 128 gold. We'll sign it. Let me know when you're ready to talk. We'll do it, and then we'll pick up that later. Halflings are okay, I guess. And then while I'm at it with the scouting, we'll move this guy up. There's got to be a heart strike. Oh, another city over here. Okay, more Draconians. Sure. Holy crap! This is insane. There's so many. It's just like a train of cities. Okay, I'll keep looking for that heart strike. I'm gonna be irritated if it's mixed in here somewhere. Whatever. Okay, so with all that money in hand, the one city that I know for sure that I want to buy on this turn is this one, because I'm going to get multiculture for it. So I think it's time for you to join my empire. Great. Now I should have just gotten multiculture, I think. Yep, quest completed, multiculture. Oh, it put them all... Okay, I was thinking it would put them at my capital. Forgot it puts them by your units, and I think they are all supports, yeah. Okay, well that's actually fine, because that helps with the preparation of making an underground army, like the Draconian and Goblin and maybe the Tigran could all go underground. Or, well, actually even the Orc could too. Any of those. Definitely the Goblin, though. Well, that actually is going to make clearing stuff in this area a lot easier, so that's good since this city is growing so quickly. Yeah, let's get the observatory built in there. That pretty much eats up all my gold for now, but that's actually okay. I'm not going to be able to absorb the city yet with those bandits running around. They could take it, and I don't want to deal with that, so these guys will have to wait for a bit, but that's okay, because I kind of burned through all my money on this turn anyway. I want to summon, let's see, I got 75 on the last turn. I'm going to get 88 on this turn. I'm pretty sure that I can get this on the next turn if I can clear this structure. So we're going to summon that next Phantasm Warrior here. And did I just make a mistake? Produced units get inflict scorching. Inflict Scorching Heat to produced unit. Okay, so I was thinking I could have put him there and gotten Inflict Scorching Heat on him, but that's only for produced units. Somebody was talking to me in the comments about that a few episodes ago. Okay, so I think with this group, they should be okay. In fact, I'm just going to have them all push on through. It's a probable victory. No guarantee I won't lose anything here, but I'm going to try this anyway, just because I think it's worth the cost if I can shave a turn off my research here. It should be enough. Alright, well, unfortunately they are charging me, which kind of takes the whole idea of lining up to the side out of the question. I can, however, maybe kill one of them here. Okay, so my druid can move here, which that spot is out of reach of anyone except for the mage. So it would be safe for her to move here. And again, I've got root spears, so I could do a decent amount of damage to that guy while also moving mostly to the side here. I think I can maybe actually kill that unit, like right off the bat. Because I've also got this dude, which I can't really get behind him, but can hit once, move up, and a charge is going to be 14 to 22. 14 and 14. It's kind of a mid-roll on this one. If I really need it, I got these guys. I don't think they can... I'm not sure if they can hit him from there or not, but they should at least be safe here. Okay, good. They can get a hit in. I think between that spell... I think I'm just going to kind of go for it here. 16 damage, kind of a low roll on that one. We're going to damage them a little bit to try to avoid an attack of retaliation. 16. Okay, good. Got him. Alright, now they will probably go harass that Saber-Toothed Chariot, so I'm going to want a way to kind of distract them. And I think these guys are the way to do it, so we'll just move them over. In fact, we're just going to slide to the side anyway here. And I think that's good. Let's end the turn in combat. Oh, the other one's going to flank is what they're doing. Okay. Oh, I thought he was going to, but they didn't quite get away with it. Okay, so... I could get those wisps off of me easily enough with the Saber-Toothed Chariot. They won't like fire damage. I'm thinking Phantasm Warriors versus Phantasm Warriors if I can lock them down like that, because they'll just eat up each other's movement points while my other units can do other things. But I do want to get this wisp out of the way, and I think I'm going to use the Saber-Toothed Chariot to do that. And then I kind of want him to move around. Yeah, that's a lot of fire damage, okay. Kind of want him to move around and go after the other apprentice. We'll see if... Well, hang on. There might be something else I need him to do. I kind of want to turn that Phantasm Warrior around, but I don't know if I can. I guess technically I could if I moved here. I could also... No, I don't want them getting in a melee fight. These guys are too... I want the Phantasm Warriors to get in melee fights with my other Phantasm Warriors, is what I want. So we'll use those guys, get rid of the Wisp. And then pretty much just going to take the hit here and let you go here and defend, just to sort of lock him down. I want this guy back and preferably out of reach of the other Phantasm Warriors, so right there. And we'll go ahead and do Nourishing Meal on this turn, I think. Give him some of his health back. This guy can lock that one down on defense, because they really don't like taking attacks of opportunity, while this person runs all the way around and gets in a position where he can hit that mage on the next turn. Now we'll see what they do. If everybody gangs up on one person, I might be in trouble, but I think having my Phantasm Warriors where they are should prevent theirs from moving into places that I don't want them to. Okay, he's gonna go for the Chariot, that's fine. Oh, they are just gonna take the attacks of opportunity and go for the softer units. But that's okay, that works out just fine for me. Alright, so I'm afraid you picked a fight with a Saber-Toothed Chariot. It is an Orc Apprentice, so it'll do a little more melee damage than normal unit would, but I still think this is absolutely worth the charge attack. These guys need to get the heck off of my Shredders, so I think the Druid can help with that. I'll leave him on defense because he seems to have that other one preoccupied. It's this guy here that needs to go next. So I think the Saber-Toothed Chariot, I'm going to build up a charge. Because this guy is now stuck. He can't run away. So yeah, I can build up a charge safely from this angle. And poke him. And then these guys can then back off and throw some stuff at him. And this one might be able to... No, he can't quite finish. Okay, well then the Druid can, I think. Yeah. We'll let the Druid finish that off. There's a crit. Okay. And that should end the turn with no casualties. Alright, there we go. Then I can... Actually, Druid needs... Can the Druid cast any other spells? Okay, Druid needs the XP, so let's focus on that. In fact, she should be able to take it here. Okay, good. And a level for the Druid. Alright, not a bad battle. Let's see how much I get. 111. More than enough. More than what I needed, actually. So I'm glad I didn't hurry production on anything. So that means I can get that research in one turn now, and I'm going to leave it just like that. There is also another scroll. Wait, hang on. Before I do anything, I don't want to have to redo all that. There we go. Okay, so there's another scroll underground here that is just down this cave entrance, very close to my other armies. So what I think I'm going to do is, after these guys are done clearing maybe these two structures, I might, well, what's on that? What's on that? Let me take another look. It's pretty much the same thing. A couple apprentices, 2 Phantasm Warriors, and a Wisp. I have lots of support units here, as well as some tier 3s that could handle those guys just fine. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go down there and, well, I know, excuse me, I already know this guy's going down there, so he can kind of explore in this area. I sort of want to make sure there's nothing threatening this city, first off, so let's run actually straight west, check out that corner. Okay, we're good over there. So just need to go north. This would be a great city for some untouchables to start digging out from. Matter of fact, maybe I should just build one. I think I'll let the storehouse finish first, but then I'll start building some untouchables down here. Alright, cool. Let's upgrade my hero real quick. Earn that, so... we probably want... Well, I don't know if I want... You know, what I want may depend on what's in the necromantic circle over here. Oh, there's a Banshee. Okay, and then a couple reanimators. They're going to be doing cold damage. They'll be doing poison damage. So probably cold and poison resistance would be handy. In fact, really all the Druid's resistances are like anti-undead magic, cold spirit, poison. So any of those would be good, I guess. Let's see which one would be the most good. They have... It would, yeah, definitely poison or frost. Probably frost, actually, because these guys do frost and spirit. This guy does frost and spirit. The one common thing between all of them is frost. So I think since there's no animals here for the time being, I'm going to do warm at night for this group. Just seems to make sense right in the moment right now. Can also give her blight protection, which might not be bad. I think I'll save the points though. While they're down there, I'm gonna need them to clear this stuff too, now that I think of it, so we'll move here. Oh, they spawned some units too. That's fine. We just have to stay one space away from the city so we don't get ganged up on. If that other wandering group wants to come after me, that'd be fine. Domain invasion at Borndal. Yeah, that's these guys running around. I don't think I need to worry about that. All these notifications on turn friggin' 23. Okay. Meet the outpost of Redfuss. I think I've already... Yeah, I'm sure I've already taken care of these. Took care of that. Cabal grew into a village. That's something I know about. That's the elves. Okay, good. Alignment change to pure good. I thought I got that on the last turn, but... Alright. Outpost of Cabal has storehouse. That was the orcs. Let's see what they need next. They probably should produce merchandise. In fact, I think they're going to have to because I'm low on cash at the moment. Do I want to go after these spiders right now? That's a good question. I mean, the answer is kind of yes, because I sort of want to take out that bandit camp, but also kind of maybe should wait until, because this isn't really technically a full army and some of them are weak. I think I should be able to handle them. I'm going to be trying to charm one with Iggy. I would like the Mammoth Rider to be at a little bit more higher health for this fight, but I think actually having Iggy go in and cast Quick Dash is the fastest way to heal him. So I think on that note, it's probably worth it to go ahead and do this. So yeah, go ahead, Iggy. Very likely victory. I should hope so. Oh, I didn't need to bring that builder with them, but okay, whatever. Hopefully I can get a spider out of that, particularly that vampire one right there would be super nice. So we got a vampire, a hunter, and a dread. We've got a full smorgasbord of spiders to choose from, which sounds terrifying. That one is probably going to go after the builder, unless I do something about it, because the builder doesn't really have anywhere to hide. We need this guy to let down his guard. Really, I don't like this setup here at all. Not even a little bit. Because I would prefer to go after the hunter spider and kill it right away before it has a chance to phase and web something. But I don't think I have any way of actually killing it on this first turn, at least not safely. The Mammoth Rider can't reach it, unless I Quick Dash the Mammoth Rider. Then it could reach it. Which might be worth it, because the elves can get in range without too much trouble. Okay, I think that's actually going to be my opening move here. The question is, Quick Dash restores how much movement? Quick Dash restores 15 health and 50% of the points of the target friendly unit. 50% of the movement points. So if he can currently move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, he'll probably only be able to move another 2 afterwards, maybe 3, depending on how generous the game is. But it won't be enough for him to circle around that cactus, unfortunately, which means he'd have his back turned to the Vampire Spider Queen from only a couple spaces away. I'm not okay with that, so that's not safe. I think what I will do instead is leave everyone on defense on this turn, kind of set up a bit of a wall, and the elf archers will probably get webbed regardless. So what I think I'm going to do is just use them to dish out a little damage to the hunter spider baby now, because these guys can run in and web them. Well, not necessarily. Hang on. Let's get this thing down here first. Because it's possible this hunter spider might go after this because it's technically defenseless. And it's going to be a little annoying because it can do some damage to it, but I'm actually kind of okay with that. It's just these guys don't really repair on their own, I don't think. I don't think he has the repair upgrade because he wasn't built in a city with a master's guild. Okay. Plus, I don't think they can repair themselves. Alright, just try to be careful about this here. I don't want to do something stupid and lose a unit in a battle that should be an easy battle. We're going to let the elf shoot, I think. We're going to rely on this guy for strong defense against really anything that comes at him. And this guy just because he's got a big health pool. And also he's got 14 defense. So they're not going to be, those two aren't going to be easy to web. This guy would be a bit easier to web, but I think I'm going to try to actually lure them into going after the longbow because this thing could phase and get the longbows. So I'm almost sure he will go after the longbows unless he goes after this builder, which in case he does, I've got these chargers here that can like do something about that. And then I just need to make sure there's not any real reason for them to try to web Iggy. I think he'll be okay here. I would use a combat spell with Iggy, but I'm too worried about the Hunter Spider phasing and webbing him, so I want him on defense right now. This is about as good of a setup as I think I'm going to get. Okay, they are going... Oh, they tried to... Oh, well, thank you. That makes things easier. Okay, good. Defense held up. And now I'm in a prime position to try to charm that guy, which is only a 40%. I could actually really charm whatever I want here, but it's 50% on that. I think I'm going to just go for broke and go for the Vampire Spider Queen. That's the one I kind of wanted anyway. I know the odds are not necessarily with me, but you gotta, sometimes you just gotta take a risk and have some fun, right? Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Nope. Okay, that's too bad. So I'm gonna need the elves to deal with that spider, I think. Gonna want these chargers to... Actually, I might need the elves to deal with that spider. Yeah, actually what I want is these chargers need to build up enough momentum to get charge. Get 2 hits. They'll take 1 hit in retaliation, but that's okay. I just need to make sure I do enough damage to this thing to take it down. You guys can go drain all that spider's movement. And the mammoth can actually probably kill that or come pretty darn close. Or just crit it and then trigger killing momentum. Alright, cool. That makes these guys a little easier to deal with. Let's see, 6 and 7 times 2. Yeah, you'll definitely kill that in. Only have to take 1 hit, which means the elf archers can deal with them. And problems all solved. It's a shame I didn't get that vampire spider. I really wanted that. I just kind of went for it, but it's okay. Can't get them all, I suppose. I did get 2 draconian flyers in the last episode, so I probably shouldn't complain too much. Alright, so now we've got... well, probably stuff that this army shouldn't be messing with. I don't know. They might be able to handle this. 2 phantasms. I don't have a lot of elemental damage output in this army. I feel like they'd do better on that farm, which they don't really need. I think what I want to do is go deal with the animal den, to be honest. But with all my units right here, seemingly so conveniently placed, I almost feel like I have to go for this. You know what? Let's just do this while I'm here. There's structures to clear. I'm literally right here, so I may as well. It's a probable victory. This one will be a little easier for me to use Iggy's casting points in. So, and you know what? I'm just going to leave that builder as kind of a distraction, because it seems like sometimes units like to go after him and just waste their time attacking that. which is fine with me if that's what they want to do. Alright, we'll give this a shot. The one nice thing is that there is always that Wisp exploit that I can do, so... And I think I'm going to use the Elves to try to do that, since I can kind of afford to set up here however I want. I'll use the Elves, and I'll use Iggy, most likely. And then leave other units in positions to really punish them for doing that, for going after me. So, you go here. I think Iggy's good where he's at, and that guy can go sort of center. And this will go behind, kind of in the middle of all my units. Iggy's got quick dash, he's got moving target. Moving target is a lot of defense. Doesn't really help resistance-wise. I think quick dash is going to be the one he needs to use here more than anything else. But I also need him to do the initial lure of these wisps, so... Problem is I don't have a lot of range attacks. The elf longbow is the one safe way I have of getting rid of these wisps. Although, I guess Iggy's got range. Yeah, I'll be okay in that regard if I set this up right. Let's just end turn here. Alright, so I need to inch close enough to where on the next turn I can lower guard and shoot if they don't come after me. If they do come after me now, though, then I'm in a bit of trouble. You know what? I think he needs to move 2 more spaces there. We're going to move the longbows back. I've got a different idea for how I want to approach this. I'm hoping they don't come after me right now. If they do, that could be a bit of a problem, but I think with me being more than 2 spaces away, I should be okay. I'm going to get 2 shots off with each. I don't want them to... Okay, there we go. I want to make sure I do the opening volley. I do not want my units to be on defense when those wisps come after me. So we're going to do an opening volley on that one. We're actually going to use Iggy to do an opening volley on that one too, now that I think of it, because then only one is dead, so that makes a lot more sense to just do that. I don't know why I wasn't planning on doing that in the first place. Now those guys will spawn behind either Iggy or the longbow to hit something. I think I want the Draconians here, probably? Yeah, here. Because I may need them to hunt down apprentices. Okay. Okay, they chose to go after the longbow, that's fine. And I can deal with them pretty easily now. I think what I'm going to do is... I want to hit them with range attacks, right? Iggy's the only person who really can, but... Actually, better idea. Let's do this, because I don't really want... I want the longbows actually shooting the apprentice here, I think. So what I'm going to do is move these guys around. I just need to turn that thing around. Well, actually, I need to kill it. I need to be able to kill that. Okay. So, plan is move these guys here, then here. And I know I'll take a little damage from this, might get stunned, but I think that's okay. Because then I can move him here and get rid of that wisp. Which leaves these guys open to shoot at that halfling apprentice, which... Unfortunately, could get lucky here, but I've got a plan if that happens. Okay, good. They did not get lucky. That's even better. Now, this thing can only reach them, but I'm now only dealing with melee units. So what I'm instead going to do is move Iggy back and lure them to me by going here and using quick dash on the longbows, and then they can move back out of range of the Phantasm Warriors. So now the only thing that can take a hit is that guy who's just not going to care. So I should be able to get through this without losing anything either. Now, I forget, can Iggy charm one of these guys? I was thinking I could have tried to charm the apprentice, but then again, a little risky, I think, given the circumstances of the battle. I really want to lure them into coming at me and lowering their guard, so back up, Iggy, and let's see, you here, you can back up to here. We want to make sure that this guy is the only unit they can attack, and he currently is. There's no reason for Iggy not to quick dash something, but well, how much casting points does he have? He can do it one more time this battle, okay. I'll probably, I'm going to need Iggy to do, elemental damage to these guys with his acid darts. So we will do quick dash on, I think, probably, let's see, the mammoth needs to make up, it's 37 health. These guys aren't quite that bad. Those guys need 33. The mammoth, technically, by percentage of health, needs it the most. Besides, these guys will regen health faster, so we'll give it to the mammoth, who has been a bit beat up for some time now. Okay, good. They finally took the bait. Now what I can do is, because these guys were kind enough to charge me, I can go like that. And this guy can go around and get a devastating charge. Oh my gosh. Alright, cool. And then Iggy can pretty easily finish this dude off. If I can't charm him. Oh, I can try to charm these guys. Okay, well, I guess I may as well. I just want to make sure that... if the charm doesn't work, that I can still finish him off, because otherwise he's going to kill... How much damage will these guys do with 5 flank? But with that guy there, then things would be a little safer, because he could eat up most of their movement, if not all of it. If this fails, though, then this one could still turn and hit the charger. And I don't think the charger would kill it. He would probably kill the charger. Although he would take 2 hits unless he max rolled. So I think I'm just going to try. I'm just going to try. Okay, good. I got it. Because I really did need an extra unit for that army. Okay, great. That's perfect. A little extra mana. And I can drop that builder now from this army and actually have a proper attacking force here. Although I do need to wait for that guy to catch up, but that's okay. In fact, we'll just leave them kind of in a triangle like that for now. I'm still not entirely certain what I'll do with this builder, but for now I think it can just sort of tag along with the rest. It's probably safer there than it is sitting in the city until that bandit camp is gone. Okay, join offer for this city. Can't pay for it yet, but that's okay because it wouldn't be safe anyway. And finally got a metropolis here in Borndal. 1 turn after the computers did. We can now... Okay, now we're still working on that observatory, so that's fine. We'll let that finish. And I'll have Arcane Item Forge finished here before long. That army is right where it needs to be. Select production for this city. Probably just merchandise for now. Yeah, just merchandise. And this mammoth, I think, is going to continue down this way to sort of provide some sort of a charging melee unit for this army. I think they could really use it. This guy, actually, I think is going to turn around. Because if I'm going to actually put together a separate army to go underground, I'm going to probably want him down here. Alright, speaking of these units down here, it's time for my sorcerer to actually get in on some of the action this turn. We're gonna try to charm a couple spiders. If we can get them, we'll send them over we'll send them the way of my druid. Actually, would be worth it to pick up that mana down here as well while I'm here. Let's get these guys in on this, and we'll attack with my leader. Units tremble in fear before you. What's my alignment at? Hang on. Pure good, 725. As long as I remain pure good, I'm fine. So I think I'm going to do the evil thing here, mostly because I want to take a chance at charming those spiders. So, no mercy. I'm pretty good, but I'm not, like, all good. There's a little bit of bad guy in me. Alright. Animals coming front and center. I don't want these guys getting charged. I want them to be the ones doing the charging, so we'll fall back towards the center. And also we've got all these nice support units over here that also need to fall back towards the center. Now we've got, let's see, hunter spiders, 2 dread spiders. I like the dread spiders, so that's what I'm going to go for. Just need to find a way to safely lure them into coming after me. Who wants to be a meat shield? Unfortunately, I have no units that excel at that. So I guess the Raider is probably the best, but even he's gonna have trouble with overwhelm from the wargs. Which, okay, I feel like the Raider's just gonna have to take a bunch of hits here and hope for the best. Good luck, pal. I think that's where I want him standing. I can curse something and try to slow them down. So I think I'm gonna curse the, well, you know what? I'll curse the warg. Okay, that at least makes it so he can't do anything mean here. It buys me time to do a little bit of setup. Okay, so probably don't want her standing out there. He's gonna charge in. He'll probably try to web. And he can't make it. He will phase and go after somebody, so I'm just gonna try to get these guys. Oh, right, I've got weakened on these guys too, so I need to make sure the goblin doesn't get webbed, because I'm gonna need him to convert at least one of these things. Also, I should have used her to buff something. Crap. It's a little late now. Well, that's alright. I guess I'll just have you buff this guy, because why not? And this guy needs a Draconian unit. He definitely needs to hang out with those chargers. Alright, I think that's okay. Okay, he did go for the web. He went for the web. Okay, 2 failed webs. That's great. Alright, so now is when I want to go in with the weakness. That other spider is way up there. That's the other one I'm going to go for. I can't seduce animals, thank goodness. But I've got befriend, so which is a better chance to work than charm is. So I think I should be able to walk out of this with at least 1 spider, if not 2. We'll move the orc up, and the goblin, we just need to get in range to weaken that blight spider there, which we can do. Also, that does turn it around, which is handy. I see no reason to keep that boar around. Where's my other... Oh, there she is. Okay, I was like, where's my other nymph? Ice Scapers could just kind of wreck that thing. I think I'm going to have them do that. Alright, you can befriend animal. Sweet. Okay. Now I just need to make sure I'm protecting it. Idea was to bombard this guy with nasty magic, and okay, I'm going to be able to kill him pretty easily between him and the orc. The orc can move here and just get full damage. There we go. Keep moving this guy over because I would like to try to get a dragon ancestry off before the end of this battle. It's a lot easier to do when you have just an overwhelming number of units like this. You know what? Why don't you guys go ahead and just wear Panther right now, because I feel like you'll be more useful doing that. I'm going to kill this spider and we'll try to befriend the other one. So I've got plenty of units able to do that. We just need to get that one to try to web something here. And let's see here. Give you a little XP to get you started on the evolution process there. Flyers can go here and Wyvern can go here. You should go after one of them. And I'll have another curse ready on the next turn, which I can use to try to lower that spider's resistance to my conversion attempts. Oh, he's just not even messing around with webs. He's just going for the damage. Okay. Please work. Nope. Okay, well, that's alright. We'll just give Befriend Animal a try anyway. We do need to move a little bit here. You go there. It's a Goblin Skewer, huh? Okay. Kind of want him to not be there. Oh wait, I turned that spider. Okay, the Wyvern can safely move. So it's a little safer to do Befriend Animal from this angle. Okay, now that you are on my side, which is great, I can focus all my resources on trying to kill that guy there, which hopefully maybe I can get a lucky freeze on him or something. Or I could try to seduce him. I could always seduce. In fact, I will seduce. I don't know why I wouldn't try that. I've got nymphs, why not use them? The only problem is he could, well, he won't kill it. He could damage that unit, which is annoying, but as long as it doesn't kill it, I guess I'm alright. Still need to keep moving them over. Because he's going to only hit once, right? 8 to 12? Yeah, he can only hit once. So that's okay. Alright. Let's see. I know I've got a White Witch that could still do something here. Where is she? Somewhere in this mess of units. Which one is the original and which one is the newbie? Okay, this one is the original. I want to give Frozen Flames to just some random guy. Here, you can have it. Whoops, not Freezing Touch. Frozen Flames. There you go. Have fun with that. Goblin can only do weakening. Oh, he can do it more than once. And that's a guaranteed to work. I might need to try freezing those guys. First things first, let's go ahead and give Dragon Ancestry to that guy. I need to try to probably freeze them, because I'm not sure that I can make it in range for this goblin to be able to weaken. Yeah, he's one space too far away. So I want to try to freeze him, which means I need to try to chill him first. Which means moving you here. 50% to chill? Come on, give it to me. Got it, okay. And then I just need like a crappy shot with these guys to avoid doing too much damage. 60% chance to freeze. Come on. Ah, I didn't get it. Okay, maybe I can try. I've got spiders with web. I can do that. You really need to hold still, pal. Okay. Good. End turn. Okay, so now you're webbed, you're weakened, you are cursed. You should. 85% chance to seduce. Okay. Free goblin unit. Alright, cool. It's just a skewer, but hey, I got 3 units out of that battle. I'd say this is worth it. This is going well down here as far as unit conversion and stuff goes. And we've also got even more units there to deal with, so... but I think that that's going to have to wait until the next episode. I feel like this is a decently good enough place to end off on. So we're going to go ahead and call it here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm glad this episode I was able to bounce back just a little bit. I still got a long ways to go. Hope you're cool with me trying this little side project experiment with trying to get those Empire quests for Sage and Paragon. I know, like I said, it may be better on paper to just resurrect the Theocrat, but I really just want to see if I can get this. I think that would be fun and cool. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Like I said, this, I guess I should probably say this is the first in another set of 3 for this week. So I'll be doing 2 more. I'm recording 2 more right after this one. So I'll be seeing you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Spanglefan, Tarsak, and Tibian Army. Thanks so much, everybody.